find the vertex of the graph for the quadratic function f of x equals, that's x squared minus 4x plus 3. Again, find the vertex of the graph for the quadratic function f of x equaling x squared minus 4x plus 3. All right? And let's see what we've got going on here with that problem. All right? Let's see if we can work this out a little bit, guys. Thank you. There we go. We're going to find the vertex of the graph. And again, where's the vertex? The vertex is either the maximum point or the minimum point of this quadratic function. Now, quadratic, what does that mean? We have to have an x squared involved. All right, that means we've got a degree 2, second degree equation, which means we have a squared exponent situation going on to the second power. Well, I'll get that out in a minute here. So you say, well, Ernie, how are we going to find that? We could graph it. We could graph it, but sometimes you pick a lot of points there if you're not really sure which direction you're going to go. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a little formula for this. There's a formula, and this allows us to find the axis of symmetry for a quadratic equation. Now, when that happens, we are going to be looking at the opposite of b over 2a, all right? Now, what do you say? Well, what's b and what's a and all those good things, all right? Well, first of all, we've got a equaling to 1 here. We've got b, and 1, and by the way, that is our a right there in front of x squared. We have b right here. This will be our negative 4. And c, if it were needed, in this case it's really not from this formula standpoint, this gets us a value for x. Now once we get x, then we can run it through the function, find f of whatever the number is, and you know what, my friends? Then we can find what the y value is that goes with and makes a nice vertex point. Vertex is a point. This is a line, what we're figuring out right here. All right, this is the axis of symmetry or a line. So let's put our numbers in and see what happens. We're going to have the opposite of a negative 4 over the 2, and our a, remember we said is 1, so we're just running these numbers in for formula. And that's going to give us 4 over 2, which would equal 2. Now, folks, that's what x is equal to right there. That's the axis of symmetry. That is not the vertex, not the vertex. Here's where we're going to find the vertex. We're going to take x squared minus 4x plus 3, and we're going to put a 2 in everywhere we see an x. That's what this f of x is doing for us, okay? So we're going to figure out what's going to go pair up with this value. So we're going to put in 2 squared minus 4 times 2, and we'll add our 3 to that. So let's take very, very careful work here, all right? See what happens. We get 2 squared, which is 4, minus 8, add 3, and what is that going to give me altogether? It looks like it's going to give me to a negative 1. So my vertex point looks to be 2, negative 1. All right, once again, let's just do a quick run through, make sure we got that all in there. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2, we got minus 8. And we add 3 to that, we end up with negative 1. Now, that's my vertex. Let's check real quickly using our graphing calculator here just a minute. Guys, can we take it over there? And let's see what happens when we graph this function, all right? We got y equals x squared. Maybe we don't have our graphing coming along here. Are we good? All right. I don't believe we've got our graphing calculator up tonight. There it is. There it is. Okay, good. We're going to subtract 4x, and we're going to add 3. This is a check, all right? This is just a check and see if this is going to be the maximum or the minimum of our function here, all right? We're going to graph it, run the graph. Remember what I said? It is a parabola. See how it comes down like so? See how it looks there? Very nicely done there. And what we wanted to do is see, is that point down there to negative 1? Well, let's trace and find out. Hit the trace button. Hit the trace button. There we go. And it says, let's put a 2 in for x and hit enter. We'll see what it takes us to for y. And my friends, there we have it, negative 1. And that is your vertex right there. As we go back to our problem here, 2, negative 1 is a vertex. That's a point. Again, the axis of symmetry is x equals 2. And that is your storyline for tonight's problem of the day, all right?
For more math help, visit TNLearn.org.